Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'm here to give you a BTC update starting off on the hourly chart, moving across to the 4 hour, then we're going to be touching on the daily and then also a humongous long signal for BTC concerning the hash ribbons rate as well. Very, very interesting stuff, very, very crucial. So make sure you watch the video all the way to the end to really get that information cemented into your brains because I don't want you to miss out on this beautiful, beautiful signal. I'm also going to show you how to get these indicators for free. Starting off here on the short-term time frame, and remember guys, if you like the video, smash a thumbs up on that bad boy. It does help me out tremendously in terms of the YouTube algorithms. Now, hourly chart here, guys. As you can see, parallel channel being formed here. Level of resistance on the top side. Price for that currently on the previous high, around 21,770 there. That is obviously the level of resistance. The level of support on the lower side here is going to be like so, right? We've already touched this, tested this 3 times. Very interesting stuff. We know what happens when we test a trend line multiple times. Usually, we come down, we break it. The measure move down for this parallel channel, guys, as it is a rising parallel channel, they tend to usually break to the downside. So this is something that we can really be getting involved with here. In terms of a measure move for that, we're going to be looking at something along the lines of this. Bringing that down to that break point, and that is going to be around a 4.01% trade here, guys. To the downside, lovely short position. Is this going to be happening instantly? Probably not. The reasoning for this is the volume-weighted average true range coming through from here. This is very crucial because it's not vertical, guys. It's actually quite... It's ascending down in quite a sort of a flat motion. This means we're probably just going to ride it down and probably have a couple of bounces. So this means it could be quite a scary and risky trade. The higher risk here is expected, right? Because you can see the bounce of support. Now, what are we going to be looking for here? We're looking for a candle body close below this trend line here, and that in terms of a price is going to be around 20,856. And as I said, 4% on the table to be taken there. Now, as I said, that's the measure move down. It's not going to be very fast as the volume weighted ATR band is coming down as well. So we need to have a nice wide stop loss for this, okay? A nice wide stop loss. And remember, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. I'm here for educational purposes only. So that's the parallel channel on the shorter term time frame. Let's have a look at the RSI and see what we're working with there. Nothing too crazy in terms of divergences as of yet, but there's definitely something that we can be looking out for here, okay? Definitely something for the future that we can be looking out for there as a piece of information. In terms of the MACD, guys, we are seeing the downtrend slowly fizzle off, right? Not great for our short position, but this is primarily because we've just had a short-term pump for Bitcoin over the last few hours or so. As you can see, nice hammer candle basically bringing us up for that bullish momentum. Still below all major moving averages here, so is still in this downtrend on the macro here, as you can see, as we have had horrific dumps to the downside most recently. But if we are going to be making a move, we're going to be looking for that 4% on the short-term time frame. In terms of the directional movement index, the DMI, guys, you can see the ADX is climbing. It's climbing with confidence. As this has cleared the 20 level and also the 25 near enough getting there, it basically shows the strength of the trend. At this point in time, we have had that bearish crossover coming through from here on the DMI, the directional movement index, and the ADX is slowly climbing up. This is very good sign for the continuation of this downtrend. Definitely something to really take into consideration. Moving across to the midterm time frame now, guys, because very interesting stuff. We do have an ascending triangle chart pattern. Yes, these tend to usually break to the upside. If it's an ascending triangle, it usually ascends up. But, please remember, it is Bitcoin. It's the most highly manipulated asset in the world here. So we basically need to take into consideration and the option of this breaking to the downside. And that's us having actually the continuation coming through from here. If we do have the continuation to the volume weighted ATR band here on the 4 hour, this is going to mean that we're going to be tapping on this high-low level of support that we have near enough tapped on most recently in terms of the most recent dumps, right? So the areas to really be looking out for there that I am going to be using for take profits on the shorter term time frame here is going to be this trap zone. You can see the level of support that we have found on this multiple times in the last literally 3 hours. We have to come down, we've tapped it. So this is going to be an area to be looking out for there in the next day or so if we do come down to do have a breakdown. So that's going to be around 20,900. So ideally, we're looking for that breakdown. We're looking for that candle body close on the shorter term time frame around 20,830. And then that's basically going to mean that we might be breaking this low of the current 4 hour candle, which is obviously going to be bearish and it will help our short position, okay? Another thing I do want to touch on quickly is going to be the chance of this bullish divergence playing out, guys. If we do see a bullish divergence playing out here, we know what this means. Bullish momentum to the upside. So how can we react to this in our current or potentially next short position? We need to basically be aware as to where we actually break the current low. to see if we do break it on the RSI. If we don't break it on the RSI and we break it in terms of the live price, be prepared for a goddamn bounce. Now, the way and the where that we're looking for that is the volume weighted ATR band, guys. Let me zoom out on the 4 hour just to show you the support that we can get off this bad boy here. Look at this. Lovely, lovely bounce scenario to the upside there. Very, very strong. You can see, again, back in history, bounce to the upside. If we break it to the lower side, we actually trend below it, okay, guys? We lose that support, we trend below it. But otherwise, we tend to usually just keep bouncing along it, okay? And that's why that's sort of the favorite move right now for a bounce with a bullish divergence in terms of a confluence there for the shorter term, well, the midterm time frame here. On top of that, we are still short here for Bitcoin because you can see this rising parallel channel break into the downside. This is the measure move down like so. It's currently at around 6.27%. To be taken on the table, around 13% left there. But as I said, be prepared for this potential bullish divergence there, guys. Really, really, really watch that. VPVR here on the midterm time frame here is currently pretty high, up around 22,000. 23,000 we'll say, and also if we zoom in a bit, you can see the VPVR support coming through here is literally sat up at around 21,000 there. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether we break that to the lower side. If we do here, and I'm talking about this little area here, guys, if we do break that as support, that's going to be the confirmation again that we're looking for this shorter position on the shorter term time frame. Okay, be prepared. It's not going to come down like a train falling off a cliff or something along the lines of that. It will just slowly descend, okay? Moving on to, actually, no, let's talk about the DMI, the Directional Movement Index here on the longer term time frame, because look at that for an ADX at the top side. We're at like 39. This shows how strong the trend is at this point in time. And as you can see here, we do have a bearish crossover, near enough by my head, bearish crossover coming through from here with the ADX. This high, it's very, very, very bearish, okay? So the stars are aligning for a lovely, cheeky, short position, okay? Moving across to the longer term time frame, and this is where we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of Bitcoin and some previous results to be looking out for there, guys. And also, if you did like what I was just saying there, make sure you smash a thumbs up on the video, as that would be really, really cool indeed. Now, in terms of the longer term time frame, the daily here, you can see the levels of support that we have been testing continuously. We're literally sat there right now after this insane amount of bearish candles in a row, like 6 horrific bearish candles. We're on a micro term, we're on a micro pullback right now, so I would expect some sort of lower high to be forming here, but please be aware, this is the most recent high low for the market structure. We're currently testing that. If we do see Bitcoin dumping right now in terms of the short term, this is the area we need to be looking out for there. 20,744, probably using that as one of our first take profits there if we are going to be looking for that there. And as you can see, that is the most current low from the most recent candle there. Now, if we do lose that, the measure move down is absolutely huge, guys. When I say huge, I'm talking money on the table. Paper planes taking off from the runway. Huge, juicy moves. Let's get some percentages here, and this will be bringing us down to 17k. Gulp. Horrific for Bitcoin. 17.12% on the table to be taken. A big juicy trade. That will, in fact, affect our swing low for our Fibonacci here. So it's definitely something we need to edit if this is going to come into fruition. You can see swing high from the all-time high for Bitcoin, and also the swing low from the low point for this current bear market. Okay, so it's a very, very crucial area. If we do break the swing low around 17,600, we will be editing the Fibonacci here like so, right? And that's obviously going to be affecting the retracement for that. With that being said, we do have higher lows to be looking out for there if we are going to be shorting this market, okay? We do have a lot of higher lows, and this is obviously from a swing sort of perspective. Now, moving on to the stochastic RSI very quickly here on the longer term time frame, you can see bullish crossover, really, really oversold here. So upwards momentum is probably due here, and this is why we might see a lovely bounce of support coming up and testing the price action channel, and that'll be around 22,600. okay? So in summary, I'm looking for a short position if we can see the congruent breaks across multiple time frames. If we don't here, then I'm looking for probably the next lower high, right? I would expect us to be coming down once we've tested this level of horizontal here. This horizontal that I'm talking about is 20,600. You can see the momentum to the downside when we lost this before. Let me draw this in for you so you can see it. Just moved my favorites bar. Lovely stuff. You can see this is obviously resistance. This is obviously resistance. You can see resistance again. If we come up, I would expect some resistance down. Now, with this being said, you can see we are forming, again, an ascending triangle, which we were talking about a long time ago, back in July, right? So this is still going to be an ascending triangle chart pattern. If we come up, we're probably going to come down, and this is where we get very coiled up here, guys. Undecided market for Bitcoin right now. Obviously, world economy's in tatters, so it's going to be very interesting to see. That does bring me on to the last point of this video, guys, and that is going to be the hash rate for Bitcoin, right? The hash rate has just flipped bullish. We've just seen a bullish buy signal coming through, and let me show you the results here for the last few times that that this has happened, right? And this is very, very crucial stuff, guys. This is one of my main trading strategies for very, very large swing positions, okay? So we see the hash rate flip long. This is very, very crucial stuff. Ignore the stop losses here, because what do? We long it when it goes long, and we long it up to the bull market barrier. You can see here, 3.8% very clean. Long here, bull market barrier there. 159% there. You can see again all the way back in the 14th of July 2020 last year, sorry, the year before last, another 15, near enough 15% there made. You can see 31.71% there made. Need I say any more? 33.82% there made. 232% there made. So you get the idea. You get the idea of what's happening here. So what we're really looking for here, this is going to be huge. This is going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be a massive, massive, massive trade. We're looking at one of these massive, juicy moves like this, right? You know why we're here, guys. We're here to make money. Cold, hard cash. When I say that, I'm talking literally 159% on the table to be taken here. Am I long yet? No. Why? The reason for this is because every mum and their dog are looking at this on YouTube right now. Every mother and their dog. So what you're going to do, you think like a whale, you're never going to fail. We're in a bear market. I probably would expect a leg down, testing the most recent low here for this bear market, around 17,600-ish, that sort of area. Testing that, maybe getting a bounce from that. I'm going to be looking for my entry around that sort of area. I'm not just going to blindly long in this all the way up here, because the state of the world economies, the state of Bitcoin, the state of the chart right now, it is still bearish on the macro. Let me just show you that. It's still bearish on the macro. And if we look back to previous signals here, you can see from there, we did actually have a minor pullback when we did see this open here. We did see a minor pullback of around, you can see around 4% of the downside pullback there. And now let's have a look at the other pullback that we did see before we came through. You can see these are not small percentages, guys. These are really not small percentages. So we really need to get the best entry. 8.75% pullback here. You can see here also probably a couple of percent coming through from here from this successful trade here. You can see literally 3.17%. This one, very clean indeed. So yeah, can't really say that much about that. But you can see most of the time we usually have some sort of pullback. So that's what I'm really looking for here. And if we don't have a pullback, guys, that's absolutely fine, because I'm just going to be waiting for the retracement for the next dump that we do see in terms of a potential higher low. So if we do see us progress up like so, I'm not worried about missing out on this little tiny percentages, because I'm going for this lovely 159% and being safe, getting a good entry, risk reward scenario. You're better off waiting, being patient. That's very, very, very key in trading. So yeah, definitely something to really, really be looking out for there, guys, is going to be that hash ribbons indicator. You can get this for absolutely free. I'm going to show you how. You can go to your indicators tab here, type in hash ribbons backtest, and it will come up Bitcoin Beats YouTube there, YT, and you can basically download this for free, and it will show you, and it will place the trades on your chart. I suggest you make a new chart here and you get that on there, and basically do some research, right? The next one you can get is the bull market barrier here. It's by Firefly TA here. You can get that, and basically there's a free trading strategy for you from me to you. But that's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. In terms of a little summary here, we're looking for that lovely short position on the shorter term timeframes. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Do appreciate it. If you like the content, smash a like on that. I'm here all the time giving you continuous Bitcoin updates. So make sure you subscribe if you love the content. But for now, it's going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.